All right, folks. So in about 2 weeks, under 2 weeks, we are going to be celebrating the 11th anniversary for Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Now, this announcement has already been made for about, I think, 2 weeks or so. And usually when it comes to these Dragon Ball Hero live streams, this one's going to be happening on October 24th. That generally means we're going to be getting some sort of a segment within the live stream where we talk about Dokkan. So I'll probably either be live on my own stream or probably live with 5-9 to go over all this stuff when it happens. But this video is going to be all about what those units could possibly be, some of the new featured units that could be showing up this year, and then based on what's been going on over the past couple of years, looking back at the history of Dragon Ball Heroes and the crossover summons, what could we be getting in terms of TURs for older SSR units? So let's start by taking a look back at the history of Dragon Ball Heroes on Dokkan. The very first iteration of the summons was in 2017. And what's crazy here is that for the very first Dragon Ball Heroes celebration on Dokkan, it was actually the 7-year anniversary for Super Dragon Ball Heroes itself, which is just crazy to think about because right now, 2021, we are looking at our 7-year anniversary, whereas at the start of this, in year 4 or 5, they're looking at their 7-year anniversary. So Dragon Ball, I mean, this just speaks to the power of the IP of Dragon Ball. There's just such a robust lore of characters and opportunities that they could just keep going. Dragon Ball Heroes, while it is annoying to keep track of all the different forms, what they do now, the power scaling, it is nice to know that there's basically an infinite pool of content just to basically mix and match all of the various forms with all the various characters and breed all sorts of new possibilities. And bringing some of that back into Dokkan would be great for cataloging the whole IP of Dragon Ball itself, because Dokkan is basically a collection, an amalgam of all things Dragon Ball from the various corners of the officially licensed, I should mention, Dragon Ball universe. So anyway, 2017 was the first year. At the time, there were only 7 units in the Dragon Ball Heroes pool, so that means you summoned with relative ease. Very, very, very easy time summoning for these guys because there were only 7 of them, and I'm pretty sure most of you got them rainbowed. Those of you who were really invested at the time probably got them all rainbowed. And then going into the next year, that's when it started to get a little bit more diluted. And this is how it went from here on out. Every single year you get more units. Every single year the general pool increases, meaning there's actually some chance that you don't get what you want. But for these banners, they do guarantee, they have some pretty good deals for pulling at least one featured SSR or something like that every single year anyway. So it's been a generally favorable summoning experience when it comes to Dragon Ball Heroes. So in 2018, they got Supreme Kai of Time, the Xeno Super Saiyan 3s, Makyuka, Mass Saiyans, and all that stuff. And then last year's units all went into the general pool. Also, want to point out that in between this, we also got the Dragon Ball Heroes crossover mission, World Mission. This was in celebration of the game dropping for the Switch. And for this, we also got Sealess, Super Saiyan, or not Super Saiyan 4, so Great Saiyaman 4. We got the Awakenings, I believe, for the Gohan and the Super Saiyan 3 Trunks and maybe Toa. Maybe that's why these 3 are here like this. They also got Xeno, Goku, Vegeta. And as you can see, the general pool just kept growing from there. So then go to 2019. This was I think this was the first year that I did collab summons? I think, wait. Was it last year? No, no, it was this year. Or, I'm sorry, last year. I think this was the very first banner that I did Dragon Ball Heroes summons for, I believe, in a collab capacity. So here we got Cumber, we got FU, we got Golden Cooler, Vegex, Gohanks, Gotenks. These 3 got their Awakenings. If we want to look at the timeline for Awakenings, it's actually a little bit sporadic. So for Toa, being one of the first Dragon Ball Heroes units ever in Dokkan, she was released in November of 2017. This is for JP. We're not going to look at Global, because Global's a little bit confusing and all out of place. For Toa, 22nd of November 2017, her Awakening took place 2 years later, or like a year and a half. Not 2 years later. June 21st, 2019. That's a long time. And then if you look at the Supreme Kai of Time, the 21st of November 2018, she gets her Awakening on JP exactly 1 year later. So it's anywhere from like 1 year to 2 years that we're going to be seeing an Awakening of sorts. It could even happen the very same banner. Like for FU dropped and got his Awakening on the same banner, like he was already there. So I would imagine that they'll probably do something like that with the new units. But it's just a question of who are we going to be seeing as far as the older SSRs get Awakenings. At this point, if we're looking at the roster, let's go to here, 2020. So with 2020 here, we had the Super Saiyan 4s drop. We also had the Demon Deborah, and then we had Freaky Toe, my favorite. And if we look through here, everyone has awakenings. Even this guy has an awakening. The Makiyuka form got his awakening as well. So there are not too many units left that don't have awakenings. We have the Xeno Goku, the Xeno Vegeta. These guys are probably the most long overdue because these guys dropped, I think, earlier than even the Gohanks, like the adult Saiyans. These guys dropped June of 2019. So a couple of months later for Global. June 2019, yeah, so June 2019 for Vegeta and Goku. And then when did Gohanks and Vegeks and these guys drop? Gohanks dropped, okay, so later that year. Okay, so yeah, given that the Xeno Goku and Vegeta are probably the oldest ones, they should be getting an awakening first. And then we would have the 3, like, adult fusions. They all have Trunks in there. All of the Trunks fusions. Vegeks, Gohanks, and adult Gotenks. These 3 are the only other ones that need awakenings. And then I think everybody's caught up. Other than the 2 Super Saiyan 4s. Now, as much as I would want these guys to get their awakenings, I don't think the Dragon Ball Heroes fans would be too thrilled if they had to wait another year, making it possibly 3 years before the Goku and the Trunks fusions, Goku Vegeta and the Trunks fusions actually get their awakenings. So if I had to be a betting man, I'm going to say that these guys are going to be getting awakenings first. But there is a case to be made for these 2 actually getting their awakenings. Now let's move into the discussion about what the units could be. Based on this picture, it's a little misleading because Super Saiyan 4 and Gogeta Blue, they're both seemingly in their regular forms, but it also could be an indication of some of the possible fusions that we could be seeing this year for the Dokkan, well, not Dokkan, I was going to say Dokkan Festival. Maybe we might get a Dokkan Festival, but for the celebration, because Gogeta Blue was in Dragon Ball Heroes in a very prominent capacity this year during the Neo Space Time War Saga. If you guys have been following, I'm not going to go over the plot of it all, but we had a lot of different characters. And honestly, I was trying to curate all of the various images. It's way easier just to go through this. You got Bardock in here. You got Hatsu. Personally, I want this guy to come back. Or not come back. I want him to show up. He's my favorite. Hearts. We got a cheap knockoff of Super Saiyan 3. We got Dark Blue Vegeta. We got Cumber without a mask. And as you scroll down, you're going to see a very interesting form for Gogeta. This is Gogeta Blue, but of the royal capacity. Royal Blue Gogeta. Or maybe it's like a mixture of Ultra Instinct and Royal. I don't know. It's just some fancy Gogeta Blue, which could potentially be what we're going to be getting. This is, of course, just promotional material. Maybe they're just reusing assets from before, just to make it look flashy and nice. But I'm sure a lot of the Dokkan fans who have been following Dragon Ball Heroes, myself included, would like to say that it could be something pertaining to this. Which is possible, but it's not likely, because there's just an immense backlog of characters and things that have happened over the last year that Dokkan could very easily pull from, even from stuff even beyond what the last banner... Well, the last banner had to do with Super Saiyan 4s, but there's just a ton of characters from even before that, which just speaks to how deep and crazy the lore is for Dragon Ball Heroes. Like, if we go back to the Universe Conflict Saga, this was back when Cumber, the STR Cumber and the physical Cumber were really prominent. You could still bring in Orin and Kamin. You could bring in Hearts, his first form. You could even do the baby Vegeta. Like the Tuffle Vegeta, you know? Like, this is the... I mean, it's not exactly canon, but this is like the other form of the baby Vegeta. You could do something with the Kamioren and their massive beast form. You could do Grand Priest Goku, Ultra Instinct Grand Priest. That would be insane. As nonsensical as that would be for me to look at, just seeing that ridiculous getup, Ultra Instinct with Dragon Ball Heroes, I'm not going to go into details about that. That would be, honestly, a box office get, I think. Goku in one of the most powerful figures in the entire multiverse, in that getup with Ultra Instinct, I think that would easily give top grossing to Dokkan. And you got Beast. Like, look, this is all from like 3 years ago. Golden Meta Cooler. There's just so much here to choose from. Move up to Michikabura. This is the one that I think we lightly touched on with the Demon Deborah, Freaky Toa. We also had the free-to-play Michikabura. We also have Finn in here. I didn't even know about this one. I don't recall even seeing this. Finn absorbing Gogeta. Like, there's just so much stuff. Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. And yeah, so now we're looking at the Super Saiyan 4s. Why? Because if we move on... By the way, I really, really want Dark Broly. I want Dark Broly so badly. If we go to universe creation, this was all about the fusions. We had the Xeno Pure Saiyans and we had the regular Saiyans fighting together, fighting off Bojack, Dr. Wheelo, Android 17, Bardock, or not Bardock, Turles. And then we got to the fusions closer to the end. And then we also got Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4. So this is why I'm inclined to think that if they want to capitalize on the Super Saiyan 4 stuff, I don't know if they would, but if they do, they'd have to integrate some sort of a Limit Breaker in there. Maybe they do some sort of a Dokkan Fest for Super Saiyan 4s. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Super Saiyan 4, Limit Breaker, Vegeta Goku. I hate that name, by the way. But then if you keep going further down, it's not just them. It's Vegito. It's Broly. You got Hearts again, resurrected or coming back. There's just so much for them to choose from. I don't even know where to begin. So let me know. Oh yeah, Golden Frieza and Golden Metacooler with the Dark Dragon Balls. You got Broly. There's just so much stuff. It's actually kind of exciting. Forget the nonsensical element in Dragon Ball Heroes. Just the fact that all of these possible characters could be coming. Imagine an active skill. Imagine a Dokkan Festival Hearts who is a human to lead a category and then have his active skill voiced by the voice of Dio, because that is the amazing legendary voice actor who voices Hearts in the JP dub. So just imagine, there's so many possibilities. I'm actually really excited this year to see what we get. Even if I don't even understand what's going on, I'm all for it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think the units could potentially be. I'm inclined to think that it's going to be something Super Saiyan 4 related. They're going to keep going with the Saiyans and just build and draw more attention to it. And then that would be their reasoning for giving these two guys their awakenings. I could be totally wrong. It could just be my bias kind of creeping in here. But if I have to be totally fair, it's probably going to be these guys who get awakenings. But let me know. Who are going to be getting the awakenings? And then who do you want to be leading the way in this new batch of units? The Gogeta, the Super Saiyan 3 Full Power Rose, Majin Omega Shenron. I mean, there's just so many to choose from. There is no wrong answer. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your wish list. Who do you want? Give me 3 units that you want, brand new, and then give me 3 awakenings that you think will show up. Not which ones you want, which ones you think will show up from the other units that I showed you. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned. Always remember to Dokkan responsibly.